So Trump from the beginning of the year has really been positioning himself to win the crypto vote in the US. And we saw that really hit euphoria back in July when he attended the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. Mixed reactions now that he's actually launching DeFi protocols, so decentralized finance protocols with their own native token. And it's sort of the excitement about Trump and his pro-crypto stance has sort of softened a bit. I think the excitement has tapered off. And actually, Harris is now coming through with some interesting comments, references to crypto and blockchain. And actually, some of the big leaders in the crypto space are now sort of really pushing her forward as somebody that's also going to push crypto legislation through Congress. So I think it's sort of neck and neck. It's interesting that now both presidents, potential presidents, are talking about crypto. It really sort of shows that the crypto vote is potentially a very important one.
One stands to gain on the back of any strength in crypto, and that is Trump. The FT really outdoing itself this week with this piece talking about World Liberty Financial aims to raise $300 million. But in terms of who's on board and some of the sons of Trump, one of them ran classes teaching men how to pick up women. This is a quote from the FT. The other faced allegations of fraud and illegal drug sales. So in terms of the sort of background, the pedigree here, it feels like crypto industry is not happy that it's been putting some distance between it and colourful characters in the past, and now you have Trump coming back in with a whole suite of executives that don't have any crypto experience.
Yes, it's almost the excitement about Trump and crypto is sort of waning a little bit. He's a president or a former president that has now launched sort of 4 NFT collections. And there's this feeling that he's really trying to monetize his position within the industry rather than actually sort of saying more sensible, forward-thinking comments on how he's going to change regulation. So I think the view is he's being a bit sensationalist, and this latest push into decentralized finance markets with his sons, very mixed reactions on how the market's taking that. I think regardless, if he wins the election in a couple of weeks, he is still associated with the strong crypto market. So there should be an upsurge, particularly in Bitcoin, a lot of the cryptos. If he wins, it's likely we will see a big leg up in crypto markets. And the opposite could happen if Harris wins. But I think the message is that crypto markets are cyclical regardless of different potential presidents supporting it or not. It does follow these 4-year cycles. So regardless of who comes into power in a couple of weeks, we should see the next leg of the bull market take hold regardless. But it's likely to be a choppy, volatile time over the next few weeks.
Hi, Lucy. Lovely to see you again. But despite having said all that, the old bugbear of mine, and I think you have sympathy for this view as well, is the level of volumes from new investors, from people who aren't, dare I say it, Bitcoin insiders, Bitcoin advocates, Bitcoin owners. They're still pretty woeful, aren't they? So yes, the price action has been up.
Yeah.
Yes, the price action looks like, according to you, it could still be up, depending on what happens. But the volumes, the capturing of the imagination of our viewers and your clients, it seems a bit lackluster.
It does. And I think, the big difference with the last cycle, the last sort of second phase of the bull market, we were in a low yield environment. And this time around, actually, interest rates, they're coming down, but they're still, palatable. And actually, what drove a lot of the last rally was finding yield in decentralized finance, which, as we saw, ended terribly. There were a lot of lending platforms that were over leveraged and these yields were not sustainable. So that sort of blew up. But it did draw participants into the markets because there was this appeal of really gaining interest on your money and working within these decentralized finance protocols to sort of drive those returns. So we don't have that this time. So it's not clear actually what's the big pull for retail to come into the market. Obviously, we've seen meme coins are a way to sort of garner new attention, garner new users. But is that what we want the crypto industry to be known for, sort of meme coins that pump and dump? I don't think so. We want it to be creating next generation financial markets and these tokens to really represent something meaningful in the new internet of the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Something meaningful that people can trust and that the algorithm is underpinning it. Rather than underpinning 13,001, as we've already talked about the Trump token. why has something that, again, you and I talked about a long, long time ago, why has it not transpired that we haven't got rid of most of these nonsense coins out there?
I think it's going to be a feature of crypto to have these nonsense coins. So along with being a permissionless asset class, which means anybody can start entering the space and, launching tokens, working on different blockchains and really sort of spinning up their own use cases and decentralized applications. So the flip side of that is that you get a lot of spam, if you like, of people that are not being, really wanting to build for the future, and they're there just to be in and out and make a profit. But those same tools and that same infrastructure is also being used by meaningful players that actually do want to make a difference. So again, it's sifting through the different projects out there and really see who's building for the long term, because there are definitely teams that are building incredible new rails for us to all transfer value to each other around the world. Those rails are being laid down at the moment. So, it's sort of looking through the headline grabbing tokens, looking through the noise and seeing, what is fundamentally happening in the space. And to this point, really, it's stable coins and faster and cheaper payments, which maybe isn't very exciting. But if you want to do a transaction and not be charged 10% on that to different intermediaries, that's actually a really important innovation. And it's blockchain and crypto that has taken us there.